Lorwyn Eclipsed draft archetypes are trying to catfish us. The official themes are these creature types, but Wizards only listed these for dumb children whose parents don't love them. The Kithkin archetype doesn't give a shit about Kithkin. Sure, we have Mist Metal Council, it draws a card, which is great, and costs one less if we control Kithkin, but who cares? The majority of Kithkin don't need other Kithkin, instead green-white is more about going wide and pumping the board. We see the same pattern in the other archetypes like blue-white. It's supposed to be about Merfolk, and there are some cards that mention Merfolk by name, but it's more about tapping your creatures through attacking, Convoke, and Springleaf Drum. All of these archetypes are trying to do multiple things, like green-black Elves, which yes, cares about Elves, but also cares about cards in the graveyard and value in the late game. The most obvious of these archetypes is Goblins. You open one good Goblin card and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to build this, and then you look at the next pack and there's another good Goblin. Now you're really erect, but then you're sad because you don't see any more Goblins, at least not any playable ones. In black, for example, there are Goblin cards, but there's also Elves, also fairies, and also creatures of a completely different type. Sometimes everything works out and you open all the right cards and you get all the hoes, but be mentally prepared that that won't happen most of the time. Expect to have to run multiple themes that don't synergize all that well. Goblins has a lot of Blight, where you put -1 counters on your creatures. Normally that's a bad thing, but there are a few cards that can remove counters from themselves for a powerful effect. There aren't many of these pivotal cards though, and with solid removal in the set, these key cards that archetypes depend on when removed really dick down the deck. The last catfish archetype to talk about is Elementals. A few cards care about Elementals, although the theme is mostly about playing cards that cost 4 more, which works great with Convoke. Now for the hidden archetypes. The first is Blue-Green Vivid. This archetype cares about having as many colors as possible. We don't have common dual lands in the set. We do have Evolving Wilds though, and we also have mana fixing that can come in extra color, which is great because there's some really good payoff cards, even if it is on a roll to fast stacks. Blue-green pairs well with a third color that has removal. Red is a solid option. It can make treasures, the removal's cheap. Compared to the tribal archetypes, you can build a Vivid deck much more consistently, although you still have to find the ramp, the payoff, and the removal. Going extra colors is nice because the rares in the set are powerful. So Vivid, fantastic choice for sealed and even great in draft. The next archetype that we're pulling out of our keister is Blue-Black Flash. You're rewarded for playing cards on your opponent's turn. Like my peen, this archetype is very tiny, but if you can grab these things here, whip them out on your opponent's turn, then it's rock solid. Another small archetype, Naya Giants. Bold War Aggressor is particularly strong, giving all Giants double strike, although there are so few Giants in the set that you want to pair them with Changelings, which also help the other tribal decks, which are especially helpful with the weenie creatures that make you reveal something from hand. And lastly, Black-White, a bit of a reanimator theme. Here are Daddy's last few words of wisdom. To go undefeated in the set, you gotta get pretty lucky. Fully committing to a tribal theme is risky, but sometimes the risk pays off. There's also some really good pump cards in the set. Pump cards like these usually perform well when the set first comes out, before players learn to play around them. There's still a lot more to talk about, which is why I'll be posting updates in the comments as data comes in, and good luck in all your limited events.